Here's the math I can't figure out. I just don't understand. Like, I can work with disagreeing on shit, but I can't understand how we don't agree that every life is worth living. That's what that's what I will say. I just don't understand. Having lost my brother in 2002, so that's 22 years ago. He died on October 7th, 2002. So now he shares his yahrzeit, which is the Hebrew word or the Jewish tradition for a death anniversary. He shares it with a lot of people, and then tens of thousands of people thereafter in the days and the weeks and the months that follow. And 6 months before he died, one of my best friends died in her sleep. And the laundry list is long. You might hear it later in another poem. But anyway, the point is, having experienced that front row seat to grief and loss, knowing also that there is sometimes privilege in random death if you grow up in the mostly rich, mostly white suburbs like I do, where you're supposed to be sheltered from harm. And it's like, well, no. But also, there is there's a way that we decide that, well, death's expected there and grief is expected there, which is super fucking fucked up and part of all of our systemic oppression, which is also how we choose to kill people based on who we've decided whose life does and doesn't matter, right? And so having had these many front row seats to loss, it is unconscionable to me that we could want to actively choose to make someone else go through that fucking shit when it is preventable and avoidable. We can make systems that allow us to work together without creating fucked up hierarchies that hoard resources and recesses and keep people from access to life. I think it is, I just can't figure out that math. He'd just bought a pair of shoes. $100 sneakers, shopping bag clad right hand. He walks down Central Street in Highland Park, Illinois. A brand name sidewalk with affluent stores. He knocks on the pharmacy door window for a bag of pretzels and a Gatorade, but they wave him away. It's 4 p.m. on a Sunday and they're closing up shop. A senior at his high school pulls an illegal U-turn. An elderly man stops short to avoid collision, skids onto the curb, and throws my brother into the side of a store building. His head cracks open, his eyes close shut, and his sneakers fling into the air as his spleen develops cuts. They do brain surgery, put him on respirators. Rabbi Mason prays by his ICU bedside, but he never wakes up. I'm crouched over his bedside, begging him, yelling at him, "Josh, wake up. Josh, please wake up." He was only shoe shopping. Walking side by side, teenage girls that purchase emaciation on a hanger, which is really just a metaphor for shirts sewn in sweatshops by starving children. And studies say that executing killers costs more than keeping them in prison for the rest of their lives, and funeral prices are on the rise. Cremation packages start at $2,000. The average casket is $6,000. $28 a month to purchase an orphan on the internet. $13 for a Japanese picture bride to weed the fields and strip sugarcane. Not too much for a mail order bride. Choose her body shape, her nationality, and human pedigree. And since this is an unregulated business, I don't have fancy statistics to insert here about how many women are bought by strangers yearly as we get a price check in aisle 5 to bargain lives we further judge when they die. My family goes to trial so that killers can pay for our loss and insurance. There's no way to judge, but the judge sits there asking me, how much was his life worth? My 15-year-old brother had $25,000 in savings for selling Beanie Babies at 100 times their cost on an eBay auction block, $650 to purchase an African teen on a southern auction block. How much is a life worth? We purchase human beings from fruitless trees. We consume material and will them to our offspring. We hang child labor on mannequins. We dangle death next to cash registers. We kill children in storefront windows and judge their worth in finances. Even though the only bank in heaven is a locked vault of karma. The only currency in heaven is a set of intangible beliefs. The only worth in heaven can't even be proven. How much is a life worth? He was 15 years old, walking happy on a sidewalk. He was 15 years old, shackled, standing on an auction block. He was 15 years old, starving, sewing in a sweatshop. How much is a life worth? Josh, wake up, Josh. Please wake up. How much is your life worth? It's worth waking up daily to face the misery of death's reality. It's worth becoming straight edge, to never miss a single moment of sobriety. It's worth my living breath to overcome death. Josh, you are what my life is worth. Thank you.